Shalom, shalom, Israel, coming back at you with another lesson. Lord willing, this is edifying. First off, giving all praise, all honor, and glories to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostle, the elder bishops, great millstone, and all the teachers out there pushing this word and truth with truth and sincerity. May you be of the elect. Shalom to all the Akim and Akwath out there listening and learning. You Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanic, Native, and Seminole Indians, who are the true children of Israel, as well as you speckled bird, Israelite foreigners, the Israelites that look like, act like, and take on the customs of all these heathen nations. So to you I say Shalom, and may you be of the elect. This lesson is brought to you by the Spirit and the power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Yahweh being the true name of our Father, the God of the Bible, the God of the Israelites, Bahashem meaning in the name, and Yahushai being the only begotten Son of Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls by the name of JC. All right, and this lesson is titled, Now Ain't the Time to Fall Back, Fight. All right, because there's a video has been going around, right, from the apostles. Well, not so much the apostles, but yeah, the apostles as well. They definitely, put it out there. But as far as like the elders and other brothers, you know, having this video go around for us to look at. All right. As far as like manning up, all right, you gotta man up, you know. Things as far as, what you're weak at, work at it, what you're strong at, keep working at it, you know. If you know it's detrimental, you know, either cut it out or strive towards, going at it less. Whatever you whatever you delve into to relax, you know, lawfully, of course, right? So things of that nature, but if you want things to go well for you, you got to put effort into it is the point, right? You want things to go well, you have to put in effort. You have to make those strives, to meet those goals that that you're going for. Like a job, for instance. Well, what does it require for you to get this job? It's going to require for you to look presentable. Okay. Now, you being in the truth, are we telling you, you got to, chop your beard off? No, nobody telling you to do that. But you can cut it down low. If that's a requirement. You know, but you can comb it. You can, look, keep it kempt. Right. Give your own personal haircut. You can do that. Get some nice clothes. All right. Uh, filling out a resume, rather be writing. If it's writing, do your best to write it, you know, relatively neatly, you know, and even online. And you wanna call me personally. This me personally, I will call the fuck out of these people. If I need a job, hey, I'm calling and I'm calling them. Because here's the thing: on your end, it looks like you're annoying them, and that's kind of the point, right? And there's a point to that. You look like you're annoying them, but to them, it's like, yeah, it might be annoying, but it also shows this person really wants his job. He didn't wait for us to call him. He kept calling us. He really wants his job, and that's a big thing for a lot of companies. You know, you came in there, you looked presentable. You really sounded like you wanted the job. You had enthusiasm. You know, so there's things to that. There's things as far as your job, your family. You know, we know, for those listening to the truth, we know what's coming to the world, right? But you ain't got to put on that display, all day, every day, like you fresh in the truth. These people don't want to hear none of that. And you gotta be learn how to be wise with that. If somebody bring up something, you could bring up something, kind of match that or whatever, somewhere along the lines. But you're not all out. Yeah, you fucking white people, you gonna fucking die. Oh, y'all gonna fucking die. I hope you burn in hell. We ain't doing none of that. You're not causing attention to yourself. Like a lot of these false Israelite camps, still wearing fringe T-shirts, right? Knowing this is a dangerous time, things are getting worse. They still wearing. Look at me, I'm an Israelite. Look at me. I need to be seen. You know, I want people to know that I fucking hate these other nations. Like, be wise, man. And that's not using wisdom. We gotta learn how to be wise in these last days. We gotta learn how to man up. Yeah, shit's gonna happen. Shit, I had fucking, you know, my shoulder fucked up for the past 5 months. Thanks. you know, that ain't gonna stop me from doing what I need to do. Shit, I'd be like Kunta Kinte. Shit, you chop off both my feet, I'm a fucking Lord will. I'm a nub that bitch back. Shit, stumps for hands. Shit, you know, like my drill instructor used to say, "Are you hurt or are you injured?" Shit, if I'm one or the other, I'm gonna do my best. To do what I gotta do. Call Halayim Layah Washim Shai. You know, and that's the mindset. See, because if you put it on there as the elect, that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna keep going. You're not gonna stop. You're not gonna not fight. You're gonna I'm just gonna just lay down and fucking die and just go back into the world because you put on these fucking keep having these mortal thoughts. Right? Scriptures tell you put off the mortal thoughts. Right? Stop leaning on your own understanding. Get out your own fucking way, man. Right? So we just gotta learn how to man up. We gotta learn how to, you know, be, be as the elect. Put on as the elect. Look at those above us. All right, our leaders. Look at them. Study them. How is the decorum? Right? Look at the ones that you admire. Look at their decorum. You know, and I don't mean admire like oh these are my heroes. I don't mean it in that sense. I mean it as far as you know, uh, the leaders of Israel. How are they? Are they leading in a way that is respectful and you know could be seen as honorable towards Yahweh Shema Shai? And then that's your model. That's your model. That's what you go by. That's what you go for. All right. It was the same thing for those in the military service. If you want to be an officer, or you find the most badass officer on that fucking on that base, and you study them. All right, this is how I should move. This is how I should be. Okay, they did this instead of this. You know what I mean? You're studying how to be an officer. You want to make moves in life, well, you don't have to study the person above you in order to get into that level or more. Or at least in the same, get the ball moving in that vein. You know. But anyway, this lesson is now ain't the time to fall back. Fight. We're in the last moments of this kingdom, and it's like the Olympics. You swim 3/4 of the pool, and you talking about some. I'm tired. So instead of finishing the race, you just turn back around, and you rather swim the 3/4 and go back to the beginning versus finishing the race. That's exactly what it's like. We're here at the end. You might as well just continue. Shit. First place, 10th place. Hey, you got a place, right? You came in place, right? Shit, there's gonna be a lot of people in this world that ain't gonna get a place, but destruction. The second death, second place, negative second. Okay, that's what's gonna happen to a lot of people. Lord will, we ain't on that, but you never know, So anyway, this is Revelation 2:10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life, because it's going to be a point in time where we're going to have, that persecution. And if you already have a weak mind with all the shit that's going on now, and it's still the green tree, how you going to be when shit really hits the fan and they really start persecuting like fucking old school witch hunting, right? Dragging you out in cuffs in front of the world, probably still in your underwear, dragging you through the fucking snow, putting you on a paddy wagon, right, and bringing you in front of a fucking judge in the middle of the night, or whatever. How you gonna be then? You gonna have to fucking stand up and fucking fight, man. Gird up your loins, right? And if you're not practicing these things now, well, how you gonna be prepared for the future? When it's really gonna be called for, right? Again, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. You better be faithful towards Yahweh Shem Yahushai, man. No matter what's going on, okay? No matter what's going on, you're gonna have to fight. Damn it, fight, okay? Get out of your own fucking way. You drink a lot. Put the fucking bottle down, right? Make a fucking. If you don't know a limit for yourself, you make a limit for yourself. Your limit is gonna be, you know, I know I don't have a limit, and for whatever reason, I thought I was cool with this, but then eventually I get to the blackout stage, and I don't know how many drinks I'm in. All right, well then you just give yourself 2 shots. See how you feel after some time with 2 shots. You feel good? All right, grab yourself another shot, maybe whatever, and that's it. That's now your new limit. That's because if you got a problem with this, you gotta cut it off. You know your flesh. Know you not your own self, right? If you know you got a problem with something and you dealing with it too much, then you gonna have to learn to cut yourself off. Don't let the devices and the things of this world pull you away from what's right, what's the leading way, pleasing way towards Yahweh Shemel Shai. Don't cut yourself off with this shit, man. All right. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison that you may be tried. And when that does happen, you are going to have faith in Yahweh Shemel Shai. You're going to have that discipline to remember, right? No matter what these people say that they're going to do to you, they got no charge unless Yahweh Shemel Shai give it to them. Remember what Yahweh Shai said to Pilate? Right? Pilate, man, I got the power. I could destroy you. You ain't got no power unless my father give it to you, nigga. Fuck you talking about? You know, a bird can't fall unless Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai give the word for that bird to fall. And you got to know that. You're going to have to discipline your mind in those days to remember these things, man. All right? The world is getting ready to go through a boot camp hell. Right? Revelation 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown. No man. That includes your damn self. Only you going to be getting in your way in that day, man. Give me any plague, but plague of the heart, right? And any wickedness, but the wickedness of a woman. Roughly paraphrasing. You see? Because if your mind is fucked, shit, everything else gonna go too. All right? You gotta know that. You gotta keep. That's why I say, in your patience possess you your souls. You're gonna have to be sober minded going forward, especially when shit hit the fan. Fuck around, lose your fucking your comforter. Lose your mind in this world. All right, now you the Mad Hatter. All right, now you what was that? Songbird, whatever the fuck, you know. So y'all gonna have to keep these things in mind, man. Right? Remember them scriptures. Remember, everything is with reason. Right? The scriptures, right? This is for our understanding. Right? And remember, reflect on the things that the prophets went through. You can overcome these things as well. Yahweh Shai went through 'em. He said we can overcome them as well. And you're gonna have to remember these things. Okay? Again, Revelation 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown. Remember all the things that are written in the scriptures, man. All right. That's why it's for our learning. James 1 and 12. It says, blessed is the man that endures temptation. For when he is tried, when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. Right? And that's the whole world. The whole world is going to be tried with that microseed, right? The whole world. And we denounced it. In that day we denounce it, and we hold fast to that which is good. Of Yahweh Shema Shai. Continue to do the works. Continue to praise the names of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. All right, and we endure to the end. Hey, the same shall be saved. But the whole world is gonna be tried at one point, man. And those that denounce all that shit and hold fast to Yahweh Shema, hey, crown, man. But the only way they're gonna get that is if you get out of your own way. You're gonna have to man up. You know what your weaknesses are, you know what your strengths are. Get at it, man. Get at it. Right? Don't be weak. This is not the time to give up. Man up. Right? When it hurts the most, that's when you dig deep. You dig even deeper. When you feel like giving up, that's when you dig deeper. You'd be surprised what you could do under pressure. But as soon as you have that weak mindset, I give up, I quit, I can't. What are you feeding yourself? What are you telling your mindset? That you gave up, you defeated, right? And your spirit is gonna follow. Don't be weak. Lord willing, this is edifying, giving all praise, all honor, and glories to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elder bishops, a great millstone, and all the teachers out there pushing his word and truth with truth and sincerity. May you be the elect. Stay prayed up, repent, abab abal, Kwam Yasharala Shalom.